Questions without notice, and I call the honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Can the Prime Minister confirm that during the election campaign he solemnly declared, and I quote, "We have no intention to make any super changes"? Given Labor is now increasing taxes on superannuation, will the Prime Minister apologise for this statement? Why has the Prime Minister misled the Australian people? Isn't this yet another broken promise from this tricky Prime Minister?
Order. Order. The House will remain silent so I can hear from the Prime Minister. And I give him the call.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. And I do thank the Leader of the Opposition for his question. We have made our priority clear, and so has the Leader of the Opposition. Our priority is dealing with the $1 trillion of Liberal debt that we inherited off those opposite. We are making a very modest change that will impact 1/2 of 1%. 1/2 of 1%. 17 of those people have over $100 million in their account. One has over $400 million.
Order.
So I do note that a majority of Australians, including a majority of Liberal voters, say that they agree with this change. But I tell you what we won't do.
Members on my left.
We see an issue of $1 trillion of Liberal debt. We get advice from Treasury saying that there are these 17 people who have over $100 million in their account.
The member for O'Connor.
And we say, well,
and the member for Fisher.
We should do
Members
something
on my
about
left will
that.
cease interjecting.
Those opposite see the most vulnerable people in our community and introduce the robo-debt scheme. And this is what they had to say.
Order.
We'll find you, we'll track you down, and you will have to repay those debts and you may end up in prison. That said it all about those opposite and their attitude towards this. We're a government for all Australians. They've been reduced for a government of 1/2 of 1%.
Give the call. Order. Members on my right. I'll hear from the member for Cunningham.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. What steps has the government taken to ease the pressures on Australian families, and is there any opposition to these measures?
The member for Fairfax. The member for Fairfax. Order. I know the week's starting. The way this is going to work, people, when they're asking questions, will not be interjected on from both sides, and when people are approaching the dispatch box, they will not be interjected on either. Hope everyone's got that clear today, because that's how this week's going to roll. Give the call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member for Cunningham for her question. It was good to be with the member for Cunningham in Wollongong at the university there just a week ago, and to be with the state Labor candidates as well there in Wollongong, as well as Kiama in the South Coast, just like it was good to be with Chris Minns yesterday at the Labor launch. I look forward to Peter Dutton's contribution.
Order.
The Leader of the Opposition's contribution at the Liberal Party launch next Sunday. I look forward to the red carpet being rolled out there this Sunday. But our biggest priority this year is making sure that Australians have economic security and stability. And that's why we're putting in place measures to take pressure off families so they can plan ahead. We've already acted, but there's more to come. Cheaper medicines came in on January 1. Cheaper childcare starts on the 1st of July. Today, through the Senate this morning, I can inform the House that we passed changes to paid parental leave to allow for more flexibility and easier access for families, particularly for single parents. We're getting wages moving again. We've got more affordable housing. We are implementing our energy price relief plan, opposed by those opposite that $1.5 billion that they opposed. And right around Australia, there are young people and older workers being retrained through our fee-free TAFE plan, some 180,000 of them. And this week in Parliament, we'll be progressing our National Reconstruction Fund. Very important to address the supply chain issues which the Reserve Bank have identified as being responsible for half and up to two-thirds of the inflationary pressures in the economy. So that's our plan. We have a positive plan going forward. Those opposite just have one answer to everything: no. They say no to manufacturing jobs through the National Reconstruction Fund. They say no to the Housing Australia Future Fund and additional housing for women and children escaping domestic violence. They say no to power price relief for households. They say no to making super stronger for the future. They say no to ending the climate wars and adopting their own mechanism that they put in place. No improvements, no alternatives, no ideas, just no.